So I made a Shibumi cover, Shibumi Shade, to ship out to West Virginia. I'm making this video so the guy can see it before he gets it. And if you don't know what a Shibumi Shade is, I didn't either. I'll post a picture of it right here. Alright, so first things first, this is the stuff sack for it. It's made out of a Hyper D 300. It's really durable material. It's the same thing I make my ground cloths out of and everything. Instead of making a big handle that can go over your shoulder, one of the things I've noticed a lot with those type of bags, chairs and all that kind of stuff, the excess strap when you're loading up your car always gets caught on stuff and everything, so I just went with a slimmer strap. It's got a short handle so you can carry it up to the top, or if you want to carry it long ways you can carry it there too. It's got a drawstring closure, and inside the bag is another bag. This is for your poles and stuff to put in there, so that the bag is big enough you can just stuff the shade in there, the tarp in there. You don't have to worry about folding it up nice and neat. You can just shove it down in there. But this bag will protect the tarp from your poles and everything when you're putting them down in there. So like I said, it's got a drawstring closure and plenty big enough for all the stuff to go in there. The other thing we have is sandbag to anchor it down, and it's just got to put a stiffener in here on this side. It's just got a roll top, clips, and over here we have a little D-ring so you can attach the line going from the arch to the sandbag. Just roll it like a regular roll top bag and clip it together, and then you use it as an anchor. Like I said, this is a really durable material. If you need to, if there's not sand and stuff around at that particular place, you can just put rocks or something on top of it and use it that way. And just like the other bag, it's got really nice durable seams and nice clean finished look on them. And it's one of the things I like about doing this type of seam is, worst case scenario, if this outer seam ripped, then the inner seam would hold it in place. But one of the reasons I'm pointing this out is this thread is really durable for being outside and stuff like that. But if you're putting sand and stuff in this bag, sand holds moisture. So what I would suggest is at the end of the summer, take the bag and hose it out inside and out, because that constant moisture on the threads, all year long, it will cause them to rot eventually. So just take it out, like I said, towards the end of the year, hose it out real good, the bag inside and out, and it should last you a long time. Then your actual shade. So the colors aren't accurate with the camera, but what I did is because this material is so lightweight, I went with a heavier material for the channel to put the poles through. This is the center. Got a little beastie D here. This is what you tie off to your sandbag, and then on the ends of the channels, on both ends, in case the tarp started shifting to one side or the other, you could use them to tie off so it keeps it centered. And then just for whatever, I put them at the end that flops around, so that if for some reason you were using it in any other situation, you needed to tie it off one end or the other, or both of them, you could do that with that. So that is it. I can't, of course the thing's huge. It's 180 inches by 120 inches, and we had rain today and everything, so I have nowhere to lay it out so you can actually see it, but just trying to hit the highlights of it. The material, like I said, it's so most of the time when I build something for people that are watching the video, most of the time when I build something, whether it's fabric, metal, wood, whatever, I tend to over engineer and make it bigger and heavier than what it needs to be. In this case, I kind of over engineered in the opposite direction. What I meant is, you see from the picture, the shade, the tarp just has that rod that goes through to one side that arches it, and then the rest of it is just flowing in the wind. But when I started doing some looking around to try to figure out what a Shibumi Shade is, I noticed that if there's not a good strong wind, then it's just going to hang down. It's just going to be laying down on top of you and everything. So what we did when we were figuring this out is try to, me and the person that's getting it is trying to go really light to get it up in the air and make sure it's going to stay off of him. But I really don't know. I've tried some heavier material, and I know that was going to be a constant issue. With this, it's pretty light, but I don't know if it's going to have the durability to last very long. And it's so thin. I got a piece of it and held it out, let the wind take off with it the other day, and it did provide a lot of shade on the ground, but you could see, especially on the white, when you're looking up directly at the sun, it was kind of still hurting your eyes a little bit. So I don't know. This basically is a prototype. I would like to say it's West Virginia's finest Shibumi Shade, but me and the person that built it, we kind of talked about it, and the person I built it for kind of talked about it, and we don't know for sure if this is going to work. Trying to get, like I said, over-engineered. My biggest thing with this is I wanted it to be up in the air like it's supposed to, not laying on top of them. So I kind of went the opposite extreme, and hopefully I didn't shoot myself in the foot doing that. But anyway, person that's getting it, it'd be in the mail tomorrow, heading your way. And if there's any issues with it, just let me know, and we can try some heavier material, or whatever the issue is, we can work around it and get it fixed. But anyway, hope should make it there before your vacation, so you can take off and have a chance to try it out. Oh, PVC pipes. We talked about if there's not enough sand to bury the poles in the ground, then putting some kind of footing for the poles, and then having a string going across to hold the poles from spreading out. So PVC pipes, I'm making them here after this video, and short PVC pipes with a cap on them. It's going to have 3 loop strings on it. The inner loop, of course, is going to be to tie from one pole to the other, so the poles don't spread out. The outer loops are going to be just if you had to stake it down or something, and give you something to stake to. And there's going to be loops up at the top. The loops up at the top are so if you need to, these little loops here on the channel, if you need to tie them off to something to keep it from shifting one way or the other, that's what they're there for. So they'll be included in all this stuff. I just had to get this finished so I can go out there and make those.